Hi there. Today we're going to solve linear inequalities. Now, we've solved linear equalities or linear equations just before this. This time we're going to solve what's called an inequation. Now, an inequation is very similar to an equation. We solve an inequality the exact same way as we would solve a normal equation, so in terms of our algebra skills, there's nothing really new to learn there. But the meaning of the solution of an inequality is quite different. Where an equation has one answer, so for example, we would say that x is equal to 2, an inequation would have more than one solution. So if you look at the grey box on the right here, there's 4 different inequality symbols that can be used. An arrow going to the right means greater than, an arrow going to the left means less than. An arrow going to the right with a line under it means greater than or equal to. An arrow going to the left with a line under it means less than or equal to. So when we go to solve the inequality, it's the symbol that's different. The normal algebra methods is the exact same, but it's a different symbol that we use when we're solving it. So the meaning of the solution is quite different. So when we use an inequality symbol, an inequality allows us to compare two quantities. So we're going to think of a random, totally random idea here. And I'm going to consider the weight of an elephant versus the weight of a table. Just a normal dining table. So we would say that an elephant weighs more than a dining table. If you were to consider the table first, then you would say that the weight of the table would weigh less than the weight of an elephant. We also could say that at some point in an elephant's life, it could have weighed the exact same weight as a table. So we could say that for a baby elephant's weight could be greater than, or it could be equal to, that of a table. So that's how the inequality symbols are used. But I'm just using that there to illustrate that inequality symbols allow us to compare two quantities, and it allows us, when we solve it, to give a solution that has a full range of different values. When you go to solve an inequality, then you should use the exact same method that you're used to when solving a normal equation. So let's take a look at example 3 here. Example 3 says, solve the inequalities. The first one we've got here is x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 2. So we solve it in the exact same way. Change side, change sign. So x is going to be greater than or equal to 2 minus 3. Which means that x is greater than or equal to minus 1. And that's it. We solve it in the exact same way that we solve a normal equation, but this time, instead of having an equals, we have one of those 4 symbols, and in this case, it's a greater than or equal to. So what that means is that to make this inequality true, only numbers bigger than or equal to minus 1 allow this inequality to happen. So if you were to think of a number bigger than or equal to minus 1, let's use the number 4. That fits the condition. Is it true that 4 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 2? Yes, it is, because 4 plus 3 is 7, and 7 is indeed bigger than or equal to 2. What we cannot use is any number that's less than minus 1. We can use minus 1 itself, because that would fit in, but we can't use anything less than that. So if I put minus 2 in, I would get minus 2 plus 3, which is 1, and 1 is not bigger than or equal to 2. Second example, we've got minus 2 is less than or equal to y minus 5. So again, solve it the exact same way. Let's take the minus 2 across to here and the y across to here. So I'm going to make this say minus y is less than or equal to minus 5 plus 2. Watch out for your change side, change sign. So that would give me minus y is less than or equal to minus 5 plus 2, which is minus 3. Now, when we want to solve any sort of equation or inequation, we always want it to finish with positive x, positive y, positive z equals, if it's an equation, we want it to be one of those four symbols with a positive letter if it's an inequation. We have got minus y here, so we want to make it say positive y. So all I want to do here is just divide by the negative 1 that's attached to it. So dividing by negative 1 changes all negatives to positives and all positives to negatives. So I would get y, but this time, when it's a normal equation, the equal sign doesn't change. But important thing, and this is what's shown in this box here, if we divide by a negative, then the inequality symbol switches round, and that's a very, very important thing to watch out for here. So when we divide by a negative, the inequality symbol flips round, so the minus y is less than or equal to minus 3 becomes y is greater than or equal to, and minus 3 divided by minus 1 just gives you positive 3. And that is a key thing to remember here with this. When you divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, just remember to flip the inequality symbol around. The rest of it is the exact same as solving normal equations. Example C. We have 5x is less than 15. So divide both sides by 5, and we just get x is less than 3. In example D here, we have minus 3y is less than or equal to 9. So again, we have a negative 3 multiplying the y. So if I go to divide both sides by negative 3, I get positive y. And because I'm dividing by a negative, I need to think of the symbol. It's going to flip round. So y is going to be greater than or equal to minus 3. Example E. We have 2x minus 1 is greater than or equal to minus 3. So that would just follow the normal process. We have 2x is greater than or equal to minus 3 plus 1. So 2x is bigger than or equal to minus 2. We're not dividing by a negative here because there's no negative attached to the x. So we don't change the symbol. So we just divide by 2 as normal. So we get x is bigger than or equal to minus 1. Example F. We have 3 minus 2a is bigger than or equal, sorry, I'll say that again. 3 minus 2a is less than or equal to minus 5. So let's take the 3 across. So we get minus 2a is less than or equal to minus 5 take away 3. So that gives me minus 2a is less than or equal to minus 8. And again, I'm dividing by a negative number because it's a minus 2 attached to the a. So dividing by the negative 2, we get a, and we flip the symbol round. So a is going to be greater than or equal to minus 8 divided by minus 2, which is 4.